then the trap synergy with Glimpse is unreal. So I think TA finishes their draft perfectly.
Yeah, it's really good for everything that you said, and gives them like Roche potential. Yep. That's also something that will help them immensely, because when you're playing against all these like long cooldown ultimates, you want to be able to get Roche.
It could also be Sniper, but then they don't really have like if you think of like their draft, it's like, you know, like a star formation, like, or an X. They have like people going in. They have the Gyro who can play the center man, but I think they'd prefer to run like a 2-2-1 team fight initiation versus like Sniper in the back with Disruptor and like Bat just desperately trying to find something. I feel like they have a lot of heroes that utilize Vision right now, but nothing that's going to provide it.
I kind of like TA more than the Sniper, because Sniper might be vulnerable to the familiar drops, and okay,
they disagree.
So Sniper will be like what you said. They're going to have like this is going to be like the backline hero. Gyro will be playing more like frontal to provide the distraction. It's
just now the Sniper, like Armel, who I think is their best player, although Raven's Terrorblade is unreal, but obviously that's banned. The Gyro needs to go in, like drums, BKB, create space, give vision to his team. The Sniper can be relied upon to carry the game, but it's just slower. So if they don't crush, like this game can go either way. And I'm going to wait to see what winner says as far as prediction goes, because I'm not really sure.
Well played.
It's all on Winter now for predictions.
It's all on me.
Yeah. No pressure here. Do you go against SEA?
I mean, I'm with Carl. Like, this is pretty tough. I think tough one to call. Both lineups does you know, have their own ideas. But I'm gonna go with TNC, because I kind of dislike having a lot of like long cooldowns like Tide, OD. I think it's quite abusable. So I think TNC will be able to pull it off.
All right, Jack.
I entirely agree with that. I think TNC is going to play way too fast this game. The Sniper, again, forget about late game stuff. He, as the 4th or 5th guy to a fight or from out of nowhere, he can create that presence so quickly that other heroes often can't. Just arriving in the lane or walking. I'm going with TNC.
I think it depends on how they play, because this really can't go either way. It's really a 50-50 game, but I'm going to go with Vici, because I think their draft is easier to execute. I think the Jug's not going to have anything to deal with him in the laning phase, and he's just going to kind of run over the game. And then Paparazzi OD is just super scary. I think he gets a Blink BKB, and then they have a Ravage to play around, and I think they take the game.
All right, okay. 2 for TNC and 1 for Vici Gaming. Let's find out. A very important game for both of these teams. They want to get into that mix to try and get into the playoff second round. Who's it going to be? Let's find out with your commentary team of OD, Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Reg. Yes, first game of the day here on this stream. TNC versus Vici Gaming. Should be an exciting one. We've just seen the draft. Looking at it, Fogged, any sort of matchups to sort of scream out to you saying this is really good or this is slightly questionable? What sort of jumps out from these hero picks?
Looks like a really good Jug game. That's the one thing that's standing out for me. And then, I mean, Vici, they've had the most success actually when they played the OD. Their 2 wins, 2 out of 3 of their wins were with Paparazzi playing that. The one thing that also stands out for me is the Tidehunter into Disruptor. That can always be a bit of the concern because you can't Kraken off, obviously, the Static Storm. So that could be pretty devastating. And also, Batrider versus OD. The turn rate on OD is actually really, really bad. So Sticky can be quite strong. But we'll see how it plays out with the lanes. I do like that they relegated the Visage to support. I think the panel was mentioning a lot of things that were really really important, because like you're playing versus Gyrocopter, you're playing versus Batrider and Sand King. All these 3 heroes, they can break Gravekeeper's Cloak quite quickly, and also Gyro kills the birds, of course, once the game goes on. And then TNC, they don't have really a frontliner, is my one concern. The panel was mentioning like Gyro kind of has to act as that pseudo frontliner for the Sniper, so they have to keep the distance away.
Well, as we saw then, Vici Gaming will be able to claim 3 of the bounty runes, and as the lanes settle up, it is sort of, I think as Carl was predicting there, having the tanking stick around with the Batrider up on top to put that extra bit of pressure onto Ori. But Ori's a Jug. He's got that Blade Fury to remove those Napalm charges and just uses it aggressively onto Sandman.
Bottom lane, Cuckoo. He's getting gone on. Do they have enough to kill him? They skilled the Gush to try to go for this kill. They won't be able to. But they're running this dual 2 strength heroes to try to deal with this, to try to shut down this Gyrocopter a bit too, because they know the Sand King's going to go top, and they're like, oh, it's a Disruptor in the lane phase. So Disruptor is one of the weaker supports that we do see during lanes, and Cuckoo does get a D-ward at least on the pull. So TNC will have the pull available to at least get that level advantage in the bottom lane a bit. Paparazzi doing very well in the mid lane at the moment versus Armel.
Playing nice and aggressive.
We have question mark denies back.
We
I
do.
forgot.
My April Fools.
I like how it just coincides too with the 1v1 tournament. That's actually great.
Yes, actually, that's true. That's going to be
actually
perfect
great.
for that later. That really is. All perfectly planned. CS-wise, no one really falling too far behind. As yeah, both offlaners, they're getting stuff out of these lanes because of the backup they've had with the dual lane setup. No one's really getting punished heavily off the back of this. And as you mentioned, so far, Paparazzi doing more than okay against Armel Sniper. But obviously, once the levels start to rack up, we'll see if Armel is able to begin to harass back the OD that little bit more and get that edge in this matchup, as you would come to expect.
Yeah, Fenrir could be the difference maker on this Tusk. This is always a little bit of a scary thing playing Sniper versus Tusk in their laning phase. I like to watch how Paparazzi adapts his builds depending on what he's playing into the mid lane. So here comes the first go. They've got the Arcane Rune as well on Fenrir. They have enough for Armel here? Doesn't seem like it.
Oh, now, this is the risky thing whenever you go for a Tusk with that sort of a play underneath the tower. There's always going to be that turnaround potential.
And they got him.
And they have indeed. I believe he also popped a salve before getting taken down.
Oh,
so
he did.
An extra bit of punishment for the Tusk. It's one of those things that works both ways. In fact, this OD, Paparazzi, pretty far forward here. Will be fine as he astrals the Sand King, but they've got to be careful. If you overextend underneath this tower, Armel will be more than happy to turn with the help of Tims and start to chip away at you.
Yeah, perfect TP rotation by Tims. And they now can actually leave the Batrider versus Jug. The Jug can be left alone. So you start seeing rotations start happening now.
Fenrir just
again
rolled in on his own onto Cuckoo.
Fenrir?
And he's just dead. That was not the play there from Fenrir. There was no tide. 11 was nowhere near him. He just snowballed onto the Disruptor. And Cuckoo just happily walked him down the lane.
Must have thought he had his teammates closer or something along those lines. But yeah, they've transitioned this full aggro trolley now to try to shut down TNC's safe lane and to keep giving space to 11. We've been seeing Tidehunter. I think Tidehunter's actually lost every game, right? All 6 games that it's been played.
It's been rough, hasn't it?
And it's been a lot because of the
7 games now.
Is it 7? Well, it's been a lot because of that laning phase.
Oh, 6 more.
Because the hero can't actually get anything out of lane. So right now they're making sure that 11. He's already level 4.
Yeah.
He's got lots of last hits. Looking pretty decent. I mean, Sam H is doing incredibly well top. 18-5 versus a Juggernaut, who traditionally, you can see that matchup, of course, with the Blade Fury. You can always remove the sticky. It can be pretty nice. But I guess the pressure from that Sanking from Tims has been a little too much.
Yeah, definitely one of his best heroes, Sam H. Batrider.
Yeah. Mid lane.
Another attempt on Paparazzi, that's slow to set up the Burrow Strike, the Glimpse back as well. Bringing him into the clutches of Armel. As Cuckoo, he'll take the kill. They are able to get Paparazzi out that lane once again. TNC making some very nice plays across the lanes and are certainly starting to get an edge at this very early stage of the game.
They're trying to punish Raven for the rotations from the supports, but they can't actually get the flank.
Raven keeps his distance. Will be more than okay. Mid lane again. This time there is going to be backup for Paparazzi, TPing in, but is it going to be there soon enough? That's the question. Cuckoo's got a double damage rune as he's punching in to this OD. The Caustic Finale slow. He's trying to finish off the kill. He's going to get it. Will pay with his life, but Cuckoo, he'll take that. Able to kill off Paparazzi as quickly as Paparazzi returns to the lane.
At least they get a 2-for-1, but now there's no TP on the OD. So he can't actually return. And Ori has started to catch up in last hits. But now Sam H, he's got a lot of time left on this. The Burrow Strike's going to come through too. Ori's dead here.
He absolutely is. TNC, they've read him like a book. He'll pop the stick charges. He does have the healing ward, but that will not be enough to save him. He has got to be very careful with the Blade Fury usage, especially when close to the tower. Because as we saw there, Tims has been on point with these reactions.
He's so farmed on this Batrider already. 1,300 gold, as well as boots, plus the magic wand. Going to be an incredibly early Blink Dagger.
Now, they're onto that tower. Pushing in onto the tier 1, and we'll see if Vici Gaming have any interest of sending anyone up here. It doesn't look like they do, because that lane, a bit of a scary place against this Sand King Batrider.
Yeah, they're actually just switching lanes. They're putting the Jug bottom, having the Tidehunter now deal with Sam H, because, I mean, like we were saying, it's a good Jug game if he can actually get away with it, but this top lane has been a total disaster for Vici.
Curry on its way over, should be fine. But mid lane, they really want to try and do something about Armel. They've tried a couple of times with little success at Vici Gaming. They still have the backup of Fenrir, standing behind Paparazzi. Also Lanham coming in as well. The three heroes sort of hovering around here, waiting for Armel to come too far forward. They try with the shards, but they're not going to be able to get the grab on him. Armel will be fine. As Vici Gaming continue to struggle to put that lane back in the favor of Paparazzi.
And TNC with these early rotations as well, what ends up happening when you get all these kills is you're able to get the first wards out before that during that first like nighttime. So you see they have that one there and then the other one placed on the high ground. So they actually saw.
Again, Cuckoo with the control, dragging Paparazzi back in. There will be a snowball towards Armel, but he gets himself underneath the tower. Paparazzi's going to be incredibly low here. Should tick down to the Thunderstrike, and he does. Paparazzi's gone. Armel's still alive. Fenrir really wants to find this kill. But the controls there from Cuckoo pops the kinetic field down. Armel will survive, be able to turn and take the kill, and at the same time up top, 11's not having much fun either. Sam H and Tims running down the Tide Hunter. He'll try and turn and bring down Tims with him, but he's not going to be able to do so, as Tims will survive with the final Burrow Strike, gets the kill onto 11. And Vici Gaming, they are crumbling in some of these lanes. This mid lane, TNC have just done a fantastic job between both Tims and Cuckoo at keeping Armel alive, making sure that Vici Gaming just can't do any sort of play onto him.
Great moves from Cuckoo. Getting close to level 5 already on this Disruptor. Just 3, 1, and 2 as well. Just getting involved in all these kills early on. Very impressive stuff. And like I was mentioning, the early wards down, they actually know that there's a ward placed near that bounty rune, so they can actually de-ward it too. And now Cuckoo again, going for the rune. However, it will be taken by Paparazzi. This time, they might be able to actually find this Disruptor.
Does get glimpse back, but it'll be the Astral buying time to get back in. They've got the control with the shards, and Cuckoo will pay. Able to take that Disruptor out of the game for a bit, but as we see up top, the farm continues. You've got the full-out drums on Sam H at 8 minutes in.
He's gone for the stat build instead. Bottle as well. Bottle and drums at 8 minutes with boots and a wand.
That's pretty speedy.
Yeah. That's going to cause some big problems if he can just actually roam around and claim dominance in these lanes. Raven has been slowed down though. That's the one good thing that Vici has been doing with like having that like kind of aggro tri-lane that became, and also moving the jug toward bottom. So Raven is only level 6. He suffered a bit, but Sam H, like we said, having the dream game.
Oh, absolutely. And he's finding free and easy pickoffs. Fenrir will try and snowball himself away. They have got the slow from Lanham, but with 4 stacks of napalm onto Fenrir, there is no escape for the Tusk, as Sam H gives him the slow and steady rundown. Paparazzi's tried to come in on this, but now he's getting surrounded. He was looking towards Cuckoo, but can they turn this with Ori? Ori is coming forward. He is level 6, does have the Omni Slash, but Paparazzi's already dead. They'll look for Tims. Tims keeps the distance with the Burrow Strike. Ori finally will be able to bring him down. Now he comes out with the Omni Slash, looking towards Sam H, but there's too many stats on Sam. Sam stays alive. Ravage from 11 only catches onto Armel, and immediately Cuckoo with the glimpse pulls Tide away. They still look to chase down Armel. Can they find the kill? They will. They do find the sniper. Vici Gaming able to take kills in return this time around, as they do claim 2 from TNC, but indeed, yeah, costing 2 of their own.
Yeah, 2 for 2, but they had to expend a lot there. The Ravage and all their the Ravage as well as the Omni Slash, and during that, Raven has caught back up in that top lane, as you see on that net worth. He's starting to recover, but they needed to make some type of move there. They were starting to fall already,
and they've opened up the space to push down on the bottom lane. Yeah. With the Helm on the Tide, having the Satire Tormentor helping the push.
Top lane, Lanem looking pretty dead here once they can close the gap with the stun.
Yeah, they'll surround him. Raven and Tims trap him in the trees.
Tims is 1,600 gold toward the blink already too. He actually was level 6 as well in that bottom fight at 9 minutes. So they will have their ultis available pretty much for the 2 supports now. While on the side of Vici, they are both level 5, so they're pretty close, but they don't really match the same power as a Sand King and a Disruptor. These 2 ultimates are very devastating in team fights.
You see Cuckoo waiting on the high ground. See if he gets any vision of anyone coming forward towards Armel, and we'll see them. Backs himself away. TPs are coming through. Cuckoo may get gone on here. If Fenrir sees the chance, he'll try for the shards. Will block off.
He's gone.
Doesn't quite fully block off, but indeed Cuckoo just a little too far away for Vici Gaming to catch.
Both tier 1s have dropped, at least in the safe lanes for each team. The warding, though, by TNC already has been placed deep into the jungle to be able to watch the rotations from Vici, so as soon as they see them moving over, Raven starts backing away. And look at Tim's is about to have the Blink Dagger already.
11 minutes in. This is pretty scary. We've already seen the damage sort of Tim's and Sam H can do as a duo.
And he's going to have one too in a second.
These are some very, very early item timings here for TNC.
I mean, this Sanking is ahead of Paparazzi on the OD. 1 and 4 at the moment.
And he's nearly level with the Jug.
Yeah.
With poor old Ori, who did suffer in that top lane.
It's got to be one of the faster 4-position Blink Daggers we've seen on a Sanking in quite a while. Very impressive stuff from TNC at the moment. Vici. They have to be able to punch back somehow, but they're very they're very ulti reliant as well. They really need the Ravage in a lot of these instances, like the panel was mentioning in particular.
What do you think of the build that 11 went for this game? The Helm phase and then into Hood.
I think just because he's getting a lot of farm, he wants to be more than just a Ravage.
Okay.
That's what that tells me. He's going for the pipe, great pickup. You look at TNC's lineup, they have so much magic damage, so that one's going to be excellent. But I think that's what the Helm is ideal there for. And look at TNC. Tim's and Cuckoo, they're looking for him.
That ward.
The Astral comes out, so the stun from Tim's actually misses, and all the damage from Static Storm.
He's still going to get drawn back, and as you say, though, most of the damage has been dodged off. Now Cuckoo in a bit of an awkward position. He'll go for the TP out, and the Astral is back and available off cooldown. Vici Gaming will make Cuckoo pay for that there, so just that little bit of extra time Paparazzi bought himself with the Astral is enough to keep him safe and make sure that his team can turn it around. Top lane as well, Vici Gaming.
That was a bit of a mistake there by TNC though, because they weren't expecting the Astral to come out, but kind of have to, and now they get the lasso.
Yeah, there's the blinks coming into play. They jump in, but 11's pretty beefy, and he is right by that shrine.
Yeah, and they didn't have Static Storm anymore, so they can't really just hold him in place without having to fear the Ravage. So they do have these deep wards to be watching Vici's movements, but 2 costly mistakes at the moment. Can Vici actually get something out of it, though?
Might certainly give opportunities for Vici Gaming to climb themselves back in after a bit of a rough laning phase. As 11, yeah, still leading the charge for his team's net worth on the Tidehunter. Coming down on the mid lane, he has that Ravage. He knows that they can push this with TNC potentially being quite hesitant in fighting. Paparazzi's actually coming on the high ground, though. He's sort of split apart from the team. He does have the backup, but Tim's immediately blinks down, and that's going to put Vemria in a bit of an awkward position as he's dove a little bit too far there. Tim's making that play, pulling the Tusk in the turn, and they should find him. They do. They will get him, but now 11.
Armel?
They managed, but the Omni-Slash bounces were not ideal. Looks like it doesn't matter, though, because the Ravage holds 3 of them down. They get the kill. Tim's trying to come back in with the counterplay, has the epicenter. The cooldown as well from Raven, but Raven's getting focused here. He's trying to play around with the flat cannon, but now Vici Gaming, they're going to run straight towards him. Raven trying to keep his distance. Ori looking to dive in. Can they get the kill? They can. They'll pick off Raven. They do find Ori, though, in response. 2 for 2. 11 trying to chase down Cuckoo, as it seems, but Sam H with the napalm charges stacking up, keeps them back. Still looking for Sam, though. They can't quite close the gap.
I'd say it's a pretty even trade, but I like that Vici was at least aggressive when they know that TNC had to just make the move with the lasso initially and didn't get a kill out of it. But they lose Ori.
Starting to get a bit back and forth from these, as you said, these even trades. See if it's going to be enough to really get Ori back in position on his Jug. As the farm does still continue.
Paparazzi's at least got drums. He's got a lot of stat items built up. Since he was kind of shut down in the laning phase, he's just gone for these like smaller items to make him actually have a presence. Raven up top.
It's pretty far out here.
Yeah, Paparazzi's here, and Fenrir's making the rotation over too.
And even if Raven wanted to go for a TP play, can't. It's still on cooldown for 50 seconds. So no easy way out of this lane.
Vici patiently waiting for him.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble here, Raven. He'll pop the drums, trying to keep himself at a distance, but with the shard control, they'll block him in. And they found the kill. Just a little too far away from home there, Raven. The rest of the team is coming through. Maybe they can get a counterplay on Ori. They'll jump in. They've got the lasso starting to drag him back. Static Storm's down as well. The sticky napalm and the Firefly, they've got the damage. Ori will fall. So just as quickly as TNC lose Raven, they will be able to find Ori in return.
They're both about the same net worth, too. It's a pretty even situation. Just TNC had to expend 2 ultis to get the kill on the Jug wall. In order to kill Raven, they didn't have to really use any of them. Lanham's been
farming
quietly
away.
farming a decent amount. Medallion, he's queued up the Dominator too, the kind of standard Visage item build that we've been seeing.
Paparazzi very close to having that blink, so he has got that extra bit of escape potential with the Astral. And also some sort of pseudo way to save anyone else that does get lassoed.
Yeah,
they can grab the bat and such, make sure they don't get grabbed out of position.
I think TNC for the time being, like playing away from the Tidehunter is going to be ideal for them.
Again, this warding from TNC. It's we've seen this in some of the games. They've just been very, very on point with having the right position to spot out pretty much every sort of smoke play that ever comes against them. They know that this is coming.
Yeah, yesterday, I don't remember exactly who they're playing against now at the moment, but the Sentry game was unbelievable.
OG.
It was OG, yeah. Cuckoo was like on fire with his wards and sentries, and again, they are getting those deep wards because they had a little bit of a lead. Tims, they're looking for him.
They saw that they were coming. Tims does back himself away now.
Yeah, he broke the smoke on that low ground. Vici will put down some aggressive wards of their own to be able to watch, in particular, the Ancients, as we see the left ones being farmed at the moment. Armel's gone for more of that glass cannon build, and you see Raven, he's doing exactly what we were mentioning and what the panel talked about, is he needs to be that tanky aspect on this gyrocopter since they lack that frontliner. So phase, drum, straight into BKB.
They're going to push for the tier 1 tower. The question is if TNC want to try and find a grab. They jump forward immediately, finding the lasso, bringing him into the static storm. They've got Ori trapped down and taken out. Sure, the tower will fall, but TNC, they've got themselves the big kill. Can they get themselves anything more out of this? They get the flame break, knocked back onto 11, going in. He does have the herd. There's the Burrow strike to follow up. They've got the snowball. Fenrir closing the gap onto the Sankey, but they're starting to get a little bit split up with Vici Gaming. Lanham turns up with the Soul Assumption, will nuke down the Sankey, but there's the assassinate from a mile off. Armel picks off the 11 Tidehunter, and he finds himself a third as he peeps down Lanham. They've brought back Paparazzi. He's trying for a TP out, but he's not going to make it. A homing missile, and the right clicks from Armel are enough to secure that sniper and ultra kill, as TNC make Vici Gaming pay big time for taking that tier 1 tower.
Ultra kill as well as one of the birds too. He did so much damage just peeping in the backlines. TNC made so much space. That was like the sacrifice from Tims. He's like, I don't care if I die here. I'm setting up this big team fight. You see that sniper has now gone to 9.5k net worth, and bottom, Fenrir.
He's getting found out alone again. Cuckoo, he'll turn up. He says, that's my kill, Sam.
So in these fights, when they do get those lassos off, Vici has to be able to get one of the saves. That's what they drafted for. They picked Tusk and they picked OD to be able to protect their teammates if they do get grabbed like that. And they weren't actually able to. Ori died before they could get the Astral off, before they could even try for the snowball, even though Paparazzi has a blink dagger. They really need to be able to protect somebody if they do get lassoed like that.
Let's see what else they can get out of this. What do you think about the Jugs build Ori?
We've been seeing this build more.
The S&Y.
The Yasha into the Battle Fury.
Well, no, he's gone full S&Y.
Full S&Y first.
Into the Battle Fury. Yeah.
I mean, I think he just wants some stats because he's just been getting killed because of the lasso into Static Storm, so I think he just wants to tank up a little bit.
Tims getting pretty low here. They do have the Familiar Stones holding him down. Samage getting focused. They'll find him. Static Storm gets dropped, but they've already lost the path. Vici Gaming. They found one. Can I find anything more? They're trying to chase down Cuckoo, but keeping the distance. Assassinate comes in onto Fenrir, but the healing ward will be enough to keep that Tusk safe and sound. They instantly sweep down towards the bottom, maybe seeing if they could hunt out the sniper as such, but Armel's already out of there. But yeah, I'm interested because, as I say, Ori going for the S&Y, and at the moment he has got the Battle Fury Q back up. Do you think that is the best way to go, or maybe if you're going for the S&Y, is this Battle Fury just going to be a little too late, or could it work out if Vici Gaming do just plan to drag this game on and on?
I think that might be the plan. We might see him adjust though. Cuckoo walks into Paparazzi and Ori. He looks pretty dead.
And they should have this one. Little glimpse back, one of them. Can't get both of them. As Vici Gaming clean up Cuckoo.
And we've been seeing a lot more S&Ys just in general, right?
Yeah,
I've seen it on
PLs.
Terrorblades, PLs.
Yeah, those two for sure have definitely been these cores that are shifting in favor of it.
I saw it on a Luna.
On a Luna?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Arteezy built an S&Y on Looney one of the games too. So it's been an item on the rise. This sniper net worth is definitely a problem though for Vici, but they do have vision of him at the moment, and they do see what item build he's going for too. So they see the Shadow Amulet, they're going to be aware that he's going to go for that Shadow Blade at this time. And that's a big kill if they can get it, and we do see them smoked up right away.
That is the dream for Vici Gaming if they can get arm out.
Yeah.
they can slow down this.
This might catch him off guard.
They've got a good position. In they go with the snowball. He will force himself to side. He does have good backup, and in fact, the static storms drop down. He's going to be okay. Armel's fine. It's Fenrir the one in trouble as they turn back towards him at the same time on the sidelines. They've also got the lasso onto Ori. They drag him up. They leave him on the cliff. BKB popped by Raven. He's going to jump down for more. The Omni Slash from Ori will allow him to get down off the cliff towards Sam H, but Sam H fireflies himself to the side. Will be fine. Ravage is popped by 11. Does catch them on the tip, so they'll be able to find Cuckoo down bottom, though. Tims comes in with the epicenter. They've finished off Ori. Sam H still alive for now, but finally the gush of the Solar Submission finishes him off. Buyback from Cuckoo. They want to be able to try and find more out of this. The homing missiles turn onto Paparazzi. Tims is in there on the front line. Goes in again with a two-man burrow strike. Kinetic field down as well. Cuckoo with that buyback holding him in place. 11 tries for the TP away, but he's not going to make it. The glimpse from Cuckoo holds him in place. TNC clean up.
Oh, I really like that buyback from Cuckoo there to get them those follow-up kills. And the positioning too, the way the TNC reacted to the first move, Armel gets forced away and then they're ready to take that fight. The Ravage doesn't actually really do too much because it catches them kind of on the cusp of it.
It gets the Cuckoo kill, that's about it.
It gets the Cuckoo kill, but they definitely need to get better Ravages in order to be able to win these fights.
They may even hemorrhage even more. Vici Gaming as TNC are just storming across the map, finding Fenrir, who hoped to come out for a little bit of farm on that bottom lane.
Everything just working in TNC's favor at the moment. This sniper is huge, and Raven getting that early BKB, being able to just kind of run into Vici's lineup and make that space for the sniper to sit in the back lines. Very well done by TNC. Vici have to find better ways to take the fights. I feel like they need the Tidehunter to have a Blink Dagger in this game for him to get better positioning, and he did just queue it up because we saw exactly right there what ends up happening if you don't have it versus this lineup. He needs to be able to get on top of that sniper.
Yeah, they somehow have to find that way towards Armel, but it's getting increasingly harder and harder. With the items he's getting on board, full Hurricane Pike, Shadow Blade, and also the 4 stuff now complete on Sam, not on Sam, sorry, on Tims. They've got another way to get him out. In fact, 11, he has just walked straight into this one.
Oh my god.
And that is no tide for 50 seconds. He did not have the Ravage available, but nonetheless, still a member of the map. And another 50 seconds where it's going to be very hard for Vici Gaming themselves to find any sort of play.
TNC is just not slowing down, though. The pace that they're playing is incredible at the moment.
So if they find anyone, Ori, quite far out away from this movement.
Tims?
He's close by to Fenrir and Lanham. They'll just go for the Centaur. They actually find one of the familiars as well, so more money for Armel. They've got the glimpse back onto Fenrir. Fenrir is going to be held in place. And this poor old Tusk, I mean, you sort of said it to me at the start, this is a hero that has had a pretty atrocious win rate here.
Tusk is like 20-something%, Tidehunter is 0%.
And it's not looking good this game.
Sam H, TP's in, the Omni Slash, but he's able to force away.
I mean, there's creeps next to him. I mean, I don't know how hard Ori believed he could pray to the Iron Jesus, but it did not work out there, as he has to get out.
They're looking for Paparazzi. Tims gets eyes on him. All of TNC hunting for Paparazzi now. 5 heroes committed to go for this kill. The blink, they get the vision from the Firefly.
They've grabbed him back in. He'll self-fast drill himself, but there's 5 heroes surrounding him. Paparazzi, once again, taken out. TNC 28-14, 7K lead at 25 minutes in. It's getting pretty rough here for Vici Gaming.
10K experience lead as well is the big thing too. They're all so high level on TNC. Vici just unable to find their grounds in this game. And yeah, look at this. Look at this sniper. This man, Armel. Having an excellent game. From the support play though, right? Like he's sure his positioning and everything's been fantastic, his farm and everything and all that, but like Cuckoo and Tims have just been god tier space creators.
A free Roshan for sure here.
Yeah.
For TNC. Vici Gaming in no position to head over there. The 4 of them that are alive at the moment down on the bottom half of the map.
These fights feel so impossible now for Vici, especially now that there's going to be an Aegis on top too. They need to rely on a huge Ravage hitting multiple heroes, and even then they are going to be limited on the damage with the way that TNC is farmed.
Ori still trying to climb towards that Battle Fury. Has the Demon Edge and the Ring of Health. He's getting closer and closer, but it's, as we say, with sort of the order that he's had to go with the item build, it's going to be late, and Vici Gaming's best hope is if they can keep this match going to the point where Ori can climb back to near sort of the Armel sniper's net worth. It's going to take some time though. As Armel has got the full Silver Edge, I believe, on its way out.
Yeah, he does. queued up a butterfly already, level 18 too. So he's already got 2 of the nice talents.
And they're looking for another tower here. As they do position themselves up here, they'll hold back a little bit, maybe seeing if they could get a jump.
I think Vici just has to avoid fights until that Aegis is gone in particular. TNC is just way too strong. And the thing is that when you're playing versus Batrider and you're just trying to avoid fights, one of you is bound to get picked off.
And as we've seen from Sam H's play, the one getting picked off quite normally is Ori. He's been very good at getting on top of the jug every single fight. And let's see who he can grab this stuff.
Tims puts a ward down.
He goes in with the Burrow Strike, is onto this Tidehunter, but they've got the break there. No Kraken Shell for this man. He just melts, and they've got the lasso as well, dragging in Paparazzi. They're surrounding the OD. It will self-astral himself. Tims should be ready with a follow-up Burrow Strike. They've got the Assassinate onto Fenrir. Paparazzi tries to get himself out, but there's the glimpse. They have the vision to drag him back in. And this last 10 minutes, it just feels like it's been Vici Gaming dying over and over again. TNC have just, over sort of the course of this group stage, just tightened up their play and are showing us now that this is a lineup that we always knew that they had this incredible early game, but they're getting better and better at being able to sort of transition that into actually being able to close these games up.
Yeah, I'm most impressed, to be honest, with like their warding game and their quick rotations. That's the big thing for me. And I mean, Sam H too for me. His improvement in this game, he did so well in that top lane that it enabled all of his he enabled Tims to have this incredible game too.
There we go. They've managed to get the top racks. We'll see if Vici Gaming can punish TNC for this at all. They're trying to lead in. A homing missile on his way out to land him. Now Ori goes forward with the Omni Slash. Will find one. Looks towards Raven. Raven just a little bit too speedy, or maybe not, because Fenrir is there with the wraparound. They will be able to take the Aegis out of the hands of Raven. Does Raven get any backup?
He's
That's
got
the
BKB.
question. Don't know
he
if
doesn't
that's
have
going to be
TP.
enough, though.
No TP, but he's pretty fast.
He is trying to run, but there's no one else coming in to save him. Snowball and Shards off for about 3 more seconds, and that is going to be too long. Fenrir does not have the potential to chase him. Raven, with the phase and drums, he is out of there. Back to safety, despite being surrounded by nearly the entire team of Vici Gaming. They just couldn't control and kill him twice.
They used the Walrus Punch to kill him the initial time, so they didn't actually have that to give that like that slight slow.
Now, Vici Gaming, they are looking to try and strike back hard here, as they are now the ones looking to go for an aggressive play, coming through the jungle.
Do they have the blink yet on Tide? They don't still. 11 died in that. 0-5 actually on the Tidehunter, when they put a lot of resources on this. TNC waiting till they're all back alive before they look to take another fight. Still in a extremely comfortable position with this 12k gold and experience lead.
And the Rax advantage as well.
Yeah.
But Ori, it really is up to Ori to make the magic happen for Vici Gaming. If this jug can get to a point where he can get in with the Omni Slash, take out a couple of heroes, there is a chance, but he's still quite some way away from that. Has the Battle Fury, and he's queuing up the Blink Dagger next, so he can get on top of these key targets like Armel's Sniper. BKB is finished for Paparazzi as well, so he'll at least have a chance this time in the fights to turn around and get some damage back out, but he has to be very worried about being focused down by Armel.
Sam H, he's looking for 11 here. They got the scan successful.
Oh, they need that time for the fight, and I don't think they're going to get him.
With the break, he dies so quickly.
He has got buyback available, and he may be forced to use it, as they absolutely need 11 if they want to have a chance of stopping any sort of 5-man high ground attempt from TNC. As tackling this TNC lineup 4 versus 5 is just not an option at all at this stage.
No. Like, Paparazzi has BKB, sure, but the Gyro is going to be the frontliner with BKB, and that nullifies a lot of the damage coming out from the OD. Sam H giving some information with the Firefly. They're just killing this tower very quickly.
Vici Gaming, they can't really step up. If they wanted to, they'd have to buy back on 11, and with 15 seconds left, they really don't want to. They want to hold off on that. But it is going to cost them the tier 3 tower down on the bottom lane. TNC take that one for free. Vici Gaming are trying to strike back at around the sort of the same time that 11 will respawn. And maybe would have been hoping to TP to a shrine and such, but TNC, they'll focus it down. They move towards the shrine. Take this out. There's no entry route now for Vici Gaming to really get stuck in, and they've just got to hold back and sort of just look for plan B.
Yeah. I mean, you can see how pressured Vici is. They've actually gone for like the Blink Dagger on Ori. He has to be able to get in the backline somehow. They really need this Blink Dagger on 11, but look at TNC again. They want this Tidehunter.
They do 11 if he steps forward. Oh, he didn't even need to. They do have the troll trap, but he'll be forced back a little bit. Static Storm is down. Samh will fall, so they get the kill, Vici Gaming, but it cost them the life of Fenrir. 11 as well, and also they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Ori does jump in with the backline play, does manage to take out the Batrider. So they have found Samh for this one, but now Samh is buying back.
Tims with the EP in the back.
He's got the control onto Ori. Ori down to half health 11. Pops the Ravage. Does manage to get a couple of them. They're focusing Raven. Big damage coming out from the OD, but Armel just keeps his distance. He turns around with the right clicks and he peeps it for the tree line. Armel finds the pick up. Double kill. Triple kill for the sniper. He's going to be able to get Ori as well with the help of his teammates. That's the whole team down on Vici Gaming. TNC have cleaned up and closed up the game.
22-9 on Armel. 22-9. Only 2 deaths. He had a pretty much, actually, like all of TNC, I felt like they had some flawless execution across the board.
I mean, this is the thing. When TNC are playing at the best, they really do look quite something else. Like this lineup, this team, they have incredible potential. It's just that sometimes there can be some inconsistencies, as we've seen in the group stage. But as these last few games, they certainly, I don't know if they've been having team talks or what it's been, but they've really tightened it up, and they're playing at their best now, TNC.
Yeah, they had like the situation top. I was like, okay, maybe the Jug can actually get a decent start out of this, but the Batrider actually ended up having a perfect game.
Yeah.
Allowed all this